So we woke up this morning to discover on the 15th of October 2020, Chris Marszalek announced that there has been an update to the CRO staking rewards. What a surprise. He's come out, listened to word of the community. There's been so much said online through Reddit, through forums, probably through Telegram groups, and definitely a lot of discussion, I know, has already happened in the short space of 48 hours about this topic, and he has increased the rates. We will be getting to that in the end of this video. However, myself and Karina do believe that there is reasonable potential to believe that something might be afoot. The situation to me just smells a little bit fishy, and I'm not really too keen on what's happened over the last 48 hours. And we are just basically aiming to create a little bit more awareness just so that you have the information to make a decision about this business going forward. If you want to hear about that in a bit more detail, then make sure you stay tuned for the whole video. You can still enjoy this one. Use the bilateral. What is good, YouTube? You are here chilling with the real Satoshi Aoki and the lovely Karina here. So again, just another off-the-cuff video. It wasn't planned. We were here, we woke up this morning, and I was having a look through my comments replying, and there was one comment saying that the rates had been increased back up to what was it, 10% again. Sorry, we just got the computer open here. We're just having a look. So we've gone from 6% to up to 10% for the card and exchange month staking, and 12% if you are in that top tier crypto.com private club for the icy white, rose gold, or the obsidian black. Now, there was a video that I was recommended. I might screenshot over to it just in a moment's time. It was from Aaron Bennett. Now, I don't know this gentleman. I'm not subscribed to his channel, but I did have a watch through the entirety of his video, and he basically went on to say, to praise Crypto.com, to praise Chris Marszalek. They've come on, they've taken initiative, they've listened to their loyal community, and they've made the change. They've made the change. Now you're only getting a 50% reduction overnight, from 20% interest on the exchange to 10. Oh, what a great thing they've come out and done. And now it seems that they're just probably getting a whole lot of praise from their viewership and their customers, but we're not too pleased about it. We think that this may have been the whole plan from the start. And at the end of the day, I was discussing with Karina that it doesn't really fix the problem. Essentially, it's still a massive drop of more or less 50% overnight. And the fact that they've increased the rates from 6 back up to 10, coming down from 20, and then getting the praise for it on top, I just don't know if that's going to cut it for us. I mean, what do you think about this? You felt pretty emotional about this as well when you heard the news? We watched the video together more or less this morning.
Well, because the video was saying that, oh wow, they definitely do listen to their customers and they're doing all they can and this and that, but quite honestly, the difference is not. So they dropped it to 6% from 20. We're just talking about the exchange, and now from 6%, wow, they listen to our customers. So now it's going to be 10%. But what is the actual difference? It's just a 50%. It's still a 50% reduction, and that's the only thing that I'm looking at here. I'm still getting half the amount that I was getting before. So for me, it's still the same problem, and I don't even see it as any better.
Yeah, totally. And it's just it's just the principle. I mean, come on, me and Karina, full disclosure, we are for those of you, obviously, that watch the channel, you're going to know, obviously, how much we do talk about Crypto.com on this channel. For those of you that are new to the channel and you do like the video, make sure you do subscribe if you are new around here and you do like the content today. But full disclosure, Karina and myself, we're not sponsored by Crypto.com. It's in early stages of the channel. We are just avid users of the services, and on the whole, we've made some good money from Crypto.com. We were early users of the Ruby Red card. We staked our MCO originally about 2 years in advance of getting that Ruby Red card. We've been there more or less from the beginning, before there was even any idea of the issuance of the card, and we followed the journey the whole way through. And for the most part, it has been a really great experience, but we're not coming on here to show biased opinions, or we're not coming on here with sponsorships. It's the raw ideas, the raw truth, the raw emotions of how we really see the situation. And one thing that we really spoke about together was the fact that Crypto.com, Chris Marszalek, they might do some silly things, but they're not stupid. They have a smart business model. It has been working in many ways. There have been some rash decisions that people are not happy with on the whole. But did they really think that there was not going to be some significant uproar from their huge community on Twitter, on Reddit, and just in the whole of the crypto space about essentially it was from the top tier of 20% down to 6%. We're looking at around a 75% reduction in the interest rates. 75%. Do they think that, and not just periodized, because a lot of people said that, it should have been periodized. It wasn't periodized. It happened overnight. Woke up the next morning, 75% reduction in the interest overnight. Obviously, there was going to be some uproar on the community. Our theory is, right, we discussed this, they knew about this. Of course there's going to be uproar. I mean, come on, you don't even have to have, common sense or logic to work this out. Anybody would have known this. And I think we personally agree together that again, we can't say for sure, but if I had the gun to my head, I could tell you right now, I think it was personally planned. I think they knew that there'd be the uproar and it would give them an opportunity to play the hand of, oh yes, we'll listen and we'll add another 4% on. So what was it you mentioned to me earlier in the day? You used a good analogy about like a bartering system. You set the price lower and then you come to, yeah, what was that?
Yeah, so when you bargain a price.
Bargaining.
Right, yeah, so let's say, for example, you want something, you want it for, let's say, for example, something costs $20 and you know that you want to offer it for 15, then you're going to say 10.
Yeah.
And then the other person is going to say 15, and then you're going to say, okay, fine. So in a way, this is what they've been doing, we believe, possibly, in order to get people to agree to the new price. So it's like if from the start they knew that they wanted a 50% reduction, so that's why they did 75%. And they knew that people were going to complain about that. And so then adding the extra 25% on top and making it 50, if those are the accurate figures.
Yeah, more or less.
It was going to make people pleased or more or less acceptant of the 50% reduction. But that's just playing with mindset here. That's just playing with people's minds and just playing with people's emotions. It's not really, so obviously, so just to make this very clear, if they had done the 50% reduction from the start, they would be left with just people being very unhappy and leaving their platform. But because of that, they did 75%, and then they were like, oh, you know what? We're here for you. We listen to you. We are going to help, and because we value you as a customer, so we're just going to give you a 50% reduction. But they put it in other words. So they said, we are going to add an extra 25% on top of that for you because we listen to you. But basically what we believe is that this was the plan from the start. It's just a marketing strategy.
Yeah, totally. I agree with her 100%. And I think that, again, we are not negative people. We're not on here to try and get lots of clicks and views to talk about the negativity. We want Crypto.com to succeed. We are more or less big investors. When we compare the percentage of our whole crypto portfolios, we do have a significant amount of money for us in CDC, in Crow token. So we want the Crow token to do well. This is not to say that we want the Crow token to do well. When we saw the 6% drop yesterday, it was like, damn, that's not good. We want the price to go up, but at the same time, there's no point in trying to have the wool pulled over anyone's eyes. This is kind of obvious. At least I thought it was, and I think we can both agree that there's probably a lot of average users out there, maybe new users coming onto the platform that are going to, because they did just surpass the 5 million user base, which is fantastic. But there's going to be a lot of people that have come onto the platform, new users, seeing this news and saying, oh yes, I just don't like the fact that Aaron Bennett has played this off in a way. He was so positive in saying, oh, it is just such a... Hats off to Chris Marszalek, hats off to Crypto.com for listening to the audience and making the change and just increase and not giving us a 75% reduction, but a 50% instead. Wow, that says a lot. And honestly, I was quite annoyed when I watched the video. I just thought, is it really what this guy thinks? Has he got a sponsorship from the video, from Crypto.com? I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I just don't think it's reasonable. I don't think it's fair. And I know that for most of you, most of you people that are investing a lot of money with Crow or have a lot of money invested in Crow, I'm sure you're going to see our point of view on this video and sort of understand where we are coming from with this. And I think, yeah, we did have a few comments saying that maybe a 12% total would be okay, you know, so, you know, instead of, yeah, to be honest, I don't know how we feel about it on the whole. We'll see what happens, but I personally think, you know, it's just a bit of a shame because there's probably still going to be a bit of uproar like we are creating right now, but probably a lot of people have been tricked by this marketing strategy. They've probably been tricked and they're probably, I just don't like it. I don't know. It's just got a bad feeling about it. Let me know what you think, or let us know what you think about it. Is it a bad feeling? Are you happy with just a 50% reduction? Because if you just see it for what it is, essentially in 48 hours, you are now making 50% less profits on a token with a high supply, 100 billion, compared to an SXP token or a Binance, which does an incremental burn and is Binance, the higher market capital coin, been around for far longer and coming out with the Binance cards with a 20 million user base versus a 5. So just, you know, work it all out, and let us know what you think about that. Yeah, so we're gonna have a quick look at the blog before we do let you go for the evening. Do you have any last closing thoughts that you want to?
I think you've said it all.
Share.
That last sentence was spot on.
Yeah, so, you know, I know it's kind of dragging on a bit because the video is not planned, but in a nutshell, look, we want the company to succeed. We're big investors in it, but at the same time, people need to know what they're getting themselves into. And I just think it's not, you know, it may feel like we're trying to unfold the company or unravel something that's going on, but at the end of the day, you know, if our theory is true and that's the marketing strategy that they put in place, and if they did act, I guess we'll never really know, okay? But if this is really, if this is really what's happened, it's just, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree that it is. I just think it's a shame because that dishonesty is just going to come undone. It's not raw loyalty. It's just, as you said, the manipulation of the mind. And yeah, I don't know. It's not cool. But are we over exaggerating? I'm not sure. Let us know what you think. And again, as I said in the last couple of videos, is there any other angles which this can be viewed from? Okay, let's take a look at the vlog now, and then, the blog now, and we'll let you go. Alrighty folks, so look, I didn't really want to get into just watching this video and dissecting it piece by piece. I pretty much summarized what I did think, but here is the video here. I won't leave a link for it, but if you do want to check it out yourself, it's Crypto.com team responds with new rates and AMA with CEO, who is Chris Marszalek. It's with Aaron Bennett there. And again, look, nothing against Aaron Bennett at all. I'm just purely dissecting what I did think about this video, and that's basically what I did before. Okay, let's get on to the official blog now. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So again, as I said, it's the 15th of October. We are on point with the news these days because we are around and able to cover these topics. So thank you for listening in. Updated Crow staking rates. Okay, just they've come out, they've listened to their viewership, they've listened to the audience, and then they've just made this decision based on what their customers have said. Yeah, right. Let's keep reading. We've received a lot of feedback from the community regarding new Crow staking rates announced this Wednesday. The consensus was that the new rates are too low. Oh, what a shock. What a shock. Too low. Who would have thought that a 75% reduction overnight would be too much? Oh, what a surprise. And a longer notice period should have been provided for such changes. Who would have thought that decreasing 75% in an instant overnight with no pre-warning to a loyal customer base that have invested thousands would be a problem? I mean, who would have thought? Oh, what a surprise. What a surprise for them. Yeah, let's carry on. We're addressing the first issue by revising the Crow staking rates upwards as follows. Oh, this wasn't planned at all. Let's have a look. Crypto.com updated Crow staking rates, all percentages per annum effective from the 15th of October, which is today. You got the terms here on the left-hand side. Okay, I don't really care about these first few. The flexible is 1 to 2. I don't care. 1 month is 2 to 4. I don't personally care because I don't really use that. The 3 months is from 4 to 6 with the new rate. I guess, yeah, I mean, that potentially I would be using that one because it is the same for the card. So the card and the exchange, all right, which is relevant to me and a lot of you out there, has gone from 6 to 10. Or 12%, oh, whopping 12% if you're in the Crypto.com private club. So yeah, no worries. You can get an extra 2% return on your Crow if you invest 100 grand with us. Let's go on. Additional points, Crypto.com private customers will receive an additional 2% on the 6 months. Yeah, we already knew that. That's nothing new, totaling 12. People who staked in the last 2 days will be upgraded to these new higher rates. Now, This is the bit that we haven't talked about yet in this video that really does get me, and it's people who staked in the last 2 days will be upgraded to these new higher rates. All right, so I'm not 100% sure on this fact, but I believe there would have been some people that did stake at the rate of expecting 16, 18, or sorry, if it's for the card, it would be 16 or 18%, depending on whether it's the Indigo, the Jade Green, or the Obsidian. And I believe they thought they would have been getting 16 or 18%, but now they're going to be not getting 6, but 10, maybe even 12. I mean, seriously, the new higher rates are going to be implemented today. As far as communication of critical changes is concerned, we've heard your, look at this, we have heard your feedback loud and clear, and we will provide ample notice on such changes moving forward. Oh God, we want to address more of your questions, and we'll host an AMA with CEO Chris Marzalek on Wednesday, the 21st of October, 3 p.m. So that's their YouTube channel there. Okay, so link for the blog is up here if you want to check that one out. To really wrap up this video, I just want to say, what do you think? Let's create a bit more community discussion about this topic. Do you think it seems a little bit strange that they would drop the rates by 75% overnight, less than stable coins? Okay, on what by a lot of people would be considered a bit of a riskier asset, right? Essentially, you're investing in a startup. Normally, if you invest in a startup, it's to get higher returns or higher gains, okay? I've said this 100 times, I'll say it again. There are better rates on swipe infrastructure. There are better rates on the Binance exchange. You can get 45% per annum through yield farming on Binance USD and DAI pair, okay, paid out regularly. 45% on stable coins. All right, you can get up to 14% on Bitcoin. I think you might be able to also get up to 14% on Binance, and you can get swipe on-chain staking for over 20%. Why would anybody choose Crow for a lesser rate on a coin which is arguably not going to be as good? Definitely not as good as Binance. Definitely not. There's no argument there. That's an objective point of view. When it comes to the SXP token, it's arguable, but in my opinion, SXP has the upper hand. Why? Because they are copying the model of BNB, doing the incremental burn, choking the supply over time. It just will increase demand. Plus, you can get higher staking rates for it. And they haven't even released their cards properly yet. Yes, there are issues with the swipe interface. The app is not great compared to crypto.com. And tell me what you think. Anything at all about this topic? Do you think it seems a little bit weird? Are you satisfied with just a 50% reduction in your Crow rates after 48 hours? Right? I'm personally not happy. Like I said already, I'm personally not happy with, the crypto.com team and everyone thinking, it's so great that they've listened and they've made this change. Yeah, thanks. You gave us like another 5% or 4%. Come on, it doesn't sit well with me, and it's honestly, it's even less about the fact that I'm going to be getting less returns on my Crow. It's more about the fact that we're invested in this business for the long term. When I say long term, I mean 5 years plus. And it's just, I don't know, I see it as a bit of a dishonest move going forward. And if it's going to be one after another, people are not stupid. They got the internet these days. People got freedom of speech. They're going to see through really what's going on. So I am concerned at this rate. I'm going to be pulling my Crow as soon as I can get it out, unless some significant changes are still made. It's not good enough for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let us know what you think and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers, guys.